This is how to get your music on radio. The actual answer is you can't. I'm gonna start like that every single time. The answer is you can't just walk up to a radio station anymore and say, hey, DJ X, play my song. The market is oversaturated. There's too many people wanting that spot. So, for the basis of being in the UK, there are 3 radio stations that really mean something when you're trying to get your music played on radio. Radio 1, Kiss, and Capital. Radio 1, I wouldn't say they're the most important, but they're very, very important. They are tastemakers. They have the wider reach and the biggest listenership. They don't accept walk-ins, as in like you can't just go up to the radio station like you used to in the 90s. It has to be done through a radio plugger. A radio plugger, I've seen some managers do it, but radio plugging is a very big business, especially in the UK. And for my genre, there are 2 leading the charge. That is Listen Up and Your Army. Both heavily involved in electronic music, not just dance music, but electronic music and other music across the board, but I know them for electronic music. They have the relationships with all the radio, not just the 3 I mentioned, but all regional, or college, or university, and then some. But they don't just take on anyone. You have to, again, have some sort of momentum. That's where you can start tapping into the smaller radio stations. The smaller radio stations, be it the college radio stations, or even the university radio stations. When you're a new artist, the quickest way to blow is through the university circuit. University and college have specific nights based on people, based on artists who want to come in and show off their music, show off their talent, show off whatever. You can then go on college and university radio. That leads to regional radio. Regional radio is a lot easier to attack before you get to national radio. So you can work your way up there as an independent artist. If you're a signed artist, you skip all that bullshit, but it doesn't mean that they're going to play you. You might start on specialist national radio. So specialist radio is when people like in my world, like Annie Mac, Pete Tong, Danny Howard, Mr. Jam, specifically in the dance world, they will champion your music before it gets playlisted onto radio. When it's on the playlist, it means it's on rotation. You know those annoying songs that you hear like 10 times a day? That means that record was playlisted. So before that happens, in my world, you have to be on specialist radio. And who are the gatekeepers in my world? Annie, Danny, Pete, Mr. Jam. Go to them, they hype your music, they play it in their sets, people Shazam it, it grows from there, and then it might get playlisted.